silent, for soon that will be gone. Oh, I will stand, arms outstretched, pretend I'm free to roam. Oh, I will make my way through one more day. will see to getting lost upon their way. Boys close by, low light, eyesight, low light. Oh, I don't need the light. I'll find my way. What's wrong was your dream I see. Good evening, Nashville. There's everybody. Good evening. All right. Well, we hear you love music here in Nashville, and that's what we love doing best. So this seems like a good match. Two songs in, and I'm gonna say that I made a mistake in the set list, but I didn't need to tell you that. But I feel like in this day and age of, they say no more fact checking and you can't trust anybody. I want to be totally transparent and honest with the relationship that we've grown over these last many, many years. This song is called Small Town, if you want to join us. I seem to recognize your face, haunting, familiar, yeah. I can't seem to place it. Can I find a candle of thought to light your name? Oh, lifetimes they're catching up with me. All these changes taking place. I wish I'd seen a place but no one's ever taken me. Oh, hearts and thoughts, they fade, fade away. Oh, hearts and thoughts, they fade, fade away. I swear I recognize your breath. All memories like vibrance, yeah, they're so easy. You will recall, for I'm not my mother. It's hard when they're stuck upon the ship. Changing at all. Can't predict my fate. Obsessed with no wrongs to see. Oh, I just want to scream. My God, it's been through here. Never dreamed you'd reach. But now here you are. Oh, and here I am. Hearts and thoughts they fade, fade away. Hearts and thoughts they fade, away. Hearts and thoughts they fade, fade away, fade away. Please try this one on for size. This one's called Scared of Fear. to war everywhere. All but first he was stripped, then he was stabbed by a faceless man. Hey fuckers, he still stands, and he still gives his love, he just gives him the love he receives is the love that he is. Sometimes a sin strays right in the sky, a human being that was given to fly. All right, everybody good out there? I just want to... I'm noticing a lot of people from a lot of different places. I see some Chicago, I see some Boston. What's that right there? Oh, that's is that Los Angeles? Oh, Sonics. Yeah, no, okay, now I'm confused. Brazil, and I know we have a mother and her son from London, outside of London. Well, on behalf of those folks and all of us in the crew, we just want to thank all you locals for having us and welcoming us and inviting us back to such a great city. Thank you, Nashville. And I just learned today there's a cool little club just outside of maybe Murfreesboro, maybe a cool punk rock joint, and they got a great name. It's called Dark Matter. We dedicate this to them. Drink the blood from my heart and only this dark matter. Take the breath from my chest, break the thoughts in our mind. We're losing time. platform, impatience no more. No one love for, lost love, no sorrow for, unaccountable for. Are you liking it so far, Mr. Jeff Amon on the bass guitar? So it's called Wreckage. Somewhere beyond the rain, I'm leaving for the line. Stormy as the gray rivers old, the floor and drowning all our yesterdays. Oh, visited by thorns on another darkened week. How even every win our heads are losing streak. The mistakes we all make and perfectly repeat. Chains are made by DNA refusing to read. Thank you, thank you. This is the Bridgestone Arena, yeah? Bridgestone? Is that like tires and shit? All right, let's burn some.
You got me running and you're going and the tears never ends. So I'll be running till the sun can come in. Dictator, I've been lost in the tunnel ain't no fun. Now I'm lost in nowhere to get protect. Dictator, controller, lost in the tunnel and the tunnel's getting full. Like the sewage in the plumbing 'cause we left the fucking water running. Shit. Driving, got me diving, give me deep, get the pencil when I'm selling. Oh, but too late coming. You got me running, with the racing never ends. I'm feeling dirty. Oh, it's all stunning. Dictator, operator, lost in the tunnel ain't no fun. Now I'm lost in all the chicken fun. Dictator, lost in the tunnel's getting full. Like the sewage in the plumbing 'cause we left the fucking water running. What's clear for? Rolling door, upon a mile, take off, burning my fingers, crossing my fingers, I deal with the gallows, and I'm afraid not looking like that. You got me ready, you got me ready.
You know, I want to say something about Mr. Mike McCready here. At the risk of embarrassing himself in front of all these kind people and great musicians. What's he gonna do? He gonna fire me? No, but he could quit. No, anyway. I just want to say, look, when you come to a city like this, where there's street performers, there's people playing guitar in any given honky-tonk or any corner that might be twice as good as you, and they're getting dollars put in their guitar case. You know, when something happens, like you get in, you know, voted into something like, let's say like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You're like, yeah, okay, well, you know, I don't know, it's all relative, but you accept it as an honor, and it's nice to be recognized by your peers. And you know, you always knew you were going to be institutionalized at some point. But you're like, you still don't really kind of acknowledge or accept it, you know, However, there's some people on this stage, maybe even just one, who just got elected in for the second time. So when you're elected, if you're inducted twice into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like Mr. Matt Cameron, at that point, I think you have to realize that yes, I am a fucking badass. Let's congratulate him, our hero, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Mr. Matt fucking Cameron. Once again, Mr. Mike McCready on the Stratocaster. And Mr. Matt Cabin on the drum kit. And how about the guy who wrote that song and all the other good ones? Mr. Stone. Gussie! You know, that was first record, and somebody told me a story yesterday that reminded me of those times, and it got a little intense around the end of the first record and making the second record, and you know, when the second record went on sale at midnight, and I think there was a place in Ohio, they like broke windows and no one wanted to wait till midnight. It was like an intense thing, people trying to get a hold of this record. So what an honor it was to have this kind of attention, but we just wanted it to be okay and people to be safe, and you know, it was an interesting time, needless to say. But the story was there was a young girl who was about 12 or 13, and she was begging her parents, please, please, let me go to the record store. Let me be there at midnight. I cannot wait until. It was very sweet. And her parents, being wise and smart and maybe not trusting, they might have trusted her daughter. They might not have trusted all the other Pearl Jam freaks who were waiting in line at midnight. But she went to bed disappointed, a little angry at her parents. And then she woke up the next day, school day. She's having breakfast at the breakfast table. And her dad walks into the kitchen, walks up to the table, and throws the CD in front of her cereal bowl. So, if you're out there and you're a parent, especially of a daughter, if you're a dad of a daughter, you know what a privilege that is. And that story really rang true and meant a lot to me. And to know that this woman Laura is here tonight. And when she was losing her dad just last year, they talked about that story and had another laugh and a bit of a cry. And we wish she could be here. And then she came here by herself to celebrate her 46th birthday. But I just knew that she wouldn't be alone if she's with us. Happy birthday, Laura. Thanks for sharing your story. We love you. This one's for you. Alone, listless, breakfast table in the white empty room. Young girl, violins, cerebral intentions, and how more than reads aloud. Child tries to understand it, tries to make her proud. Yeah, the shades go down into her. difference between like good singers and great singers. That's great singing.
We don't need no education.
Good singing. Just wanted to show you, this is the first time I'm getting to play it live. This is my new guitar given to me by Mr. Jack White, another future Hall of Famer. more. There was like in 1998 or something. Saw them open for Slater Kinney. We saw them play in Seattle. What a great human. They're on tour right now. They're in Texas. We were with them in Japan and Tokyo just recently. We had such a blast. He's such a great human. You know, even like Third Man Records, you want to know the secret between like having quality product and making money? The secret is you won't make money. But you'll make people happy. That's what we've seen Jack do. I'm very proud to be his friend. And thank you, Jack, for my nice new guitar. This song's about the fuckers who take all your money. This is called Green Disease.
Enemies from their being a satiation.
Jeff Hammond. One more time. I'm just gonna mention this next one because, you know, we've been playing shows based on this last record for about last year and a half, I believe. And for some reason, I don't know if this song has been played or maybe it was only played one time. But we'd like to play it for you tonight. Lay it on your ears from the Dark Matter record. This one's called Got to Give. So I know if you're not a touring musician out there, I know that you know touring musicians. And I know that you, or maybe your folks were touring musicians. If you know touring musicians, you know some people that have put on a lot of miles over the years. But would you believe that I know a guy, and he's a friend. And would you believe that he's traveled 200 million miles? Because I know what you're thinking is that Ed said he was going to be transparent on behalf of the group and the relationship with all the people in the crowd tonight, but right now he's giving us a whole bunch of bullshit as if he's the president or something. So how could that be possible? 200 million miles, that is twice the distance to the sun. How could this be possible? That's because my friend is astronaut Scott Kelly, and he is here in the building with us tonight. His great wife, Amiko, his friends. Scott, where are you? Can we see you? I always look up there first. It's an honor to have you, sir. That's 8,300 orbits around the sun. Thanks for coming back and blessing you with our presence. This one's different.
Drum in my change. Take my hand, not my picture, to my picture. I don't wanna take the two-handed. Oh, it's starting so bad. All the things that others want from me. Can't buy what I want because it's free. Can't buy what I want because it's free. Can't be with you because it's supposed to be just fun. No two things I know feels good. You will all be there. All alone like that thing. Don't follow now. Will the light shine through under this broken roof? It's only rain that I feel. I've been wishing out the days. Oh, come back. I have been planning out all that I say to you since you slipped away. Know that I still remain true. I've been wishing out the days
if I don't fall apart, will my memories stay clear? So you had to go, and I had to remain here. I've been wishing out for things. Please say if you hadn't gone now, I wouldn't have lost you another way. There must be an open door for you to come back. And the days they linger. And in the night when I'm waiting, the real possibility that I may meet you in my dreams. Sometimes you're there and you're talking back to me. Come the morning, I could swear that you're next to me, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be here, somebody, come back. I'll be here, come back. I'll be here, come What the fuck is this world? When until you did it, leave a message and least I cuddle on your voice one last time. Daily might feel this could be my time by you. Would you hit me? Would you hit me? Initiatives I'm taking on by the middle. There ain't gonna be any middle anymore. And the cross I'm bearing home ain't taking to my place. You know, there's so much music here in this town, and so much music that comes through this town. And just I gotta tell you, on behalf of us and the crew, it's just so appreciated that we can show up and then have this kind of energy come reflect back to us. We are so grateful. It's been a long time, you know. And you know, as some of us have lived longer than we might have thought we would have, or we've lived long enough to experience more than we thought we would have, or and we certainly have been in a band longer than we thought we would have, and all the I wish upon you all the rewards of long relationships. If you're out there, it's loyalty and kindness and forgiveness. It goes such a long way. Why am I talking about this? I have no idea whatsoever. Yeah, you know what it is I guess it's stuff that I've been thinking a lot about and I've been feeling, and then if you're gonna put a microphone in front of me and in front of people that I think about and I care about, then this is what's gonna happen. And the reason why it doesn't happen all the time. I don't even know. I don't even know if this is happening right now. But I think it comes from the fact that we don't know if it might not ever happen again. And you want to take the microphone and tell people that you admire, respect, and are grateful to. You want to tell them that while you have the chance. Which brings me to the sad news that we got last week. There's I wanted to tell you about him because if not, you may never heard of him. And he was an Australian surfer. He was one of the people that not only was huge in the Australian surf community, but his loss last week has affected the global surf community. And his folks and his friends, they're at home grieving and trying to celebrate his life, as difficult as it is right now because it was so unexpected. But you know, this guy was so good that at one point he was beating Kelly Slater. He was number one before Kelly Slater, and then Kelly called me and was he was pretty upset, and I just figured I could introduce you. I just wanted everybody to know that we've lost a good one. We've lost a great one, Mr. Shane Herring. If you don't have to, but if you'd be so good to maybe light up your phones and we can send this song to all the folks back home thinking about him. We can, maybe we could see. Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep me in your heart for a while. If I leave here, it doesn't mean I love you any less. keep me in your heart for a while. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. There's a train leaving nightly, cold when all is said and done. Keep me in your heart for a while, yeah. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-lo. Keep me in your heart for a while. Yeah, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-lo. Keep me in your heart for a while. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. And me wine to you like the buttons on your blouse. Keep me in your heart for a while, yeah. Hold me in your thoughts, take me to your dreams. Touch me as I fall into view, yeah. When the winter comes, keep the fires lit. I'll be there right next to you. Engine drivers heading north to Pleasant Stream. Keep me in your heart for a while. These wheels, they keep turning, but they're running out of steam. Keep me in your heart for a while, yeah. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-lo. Keep me in your heart for a while. Oh, la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-lo. Keep me in your heart for a while. Yeah, oh, keep me in your heart for a while. Keep me in your heart for a while. Thank you. Said broken bones, but there's no such thing to fix a love gone wrong. Keep knocking the door, 'cause I know someone's there. I'll wait on the porch, hoping someday I'll be let in. Does anybody see that? We have somebody on the case there. Yeah, sorry, we gotta stop. Sorry, safety first. Can we get the lights on here? Okay, at least we got... All right, we got somebody on the case. That's all we need to know. Had to do it, sorry. We can't talk about the fragility of life and then play a fucking song while someone's on the ground. So I think we're good now. All right. Thanks, Nashville. Thanks, local. Ladies and gentlemen, the song's Setting Sun. We're going to start it right from the top one more time, if you don't mind. We're going to do it. Mr. Josh Klinghoffer on the guitar. The cast was big to reset broken bones, but there's no such thing to fix a love gone wrong. Keep knocking the door, 'cause I know someone's there. I'll wait on the porch, hoping someday I'll be let in. They say that every little thing will be okay. If it's not okay, well then it ain't the end. Had dreams to you I would belong. Yeah, the dream you would stay with me till kingdom come. Turns out forever's come and go. Am I the only one? Yeah, we took it on. You answered my prayers. Now from my knees I can't get up. Patience with time. You come on, hurry up your patience tonight. I'd like some of yours. In trade can take over mine. Had dreams to you I would belong. Yeah, the dream you would stay with me till kingdom come. Turns out it
Let us not fade. Let us not fade. said I'm ready for you. I can remember having this fairy tale. Oh, so the love, you know where, yeah. Now I can see you. Why just stay alive? I'm still alive. Hey,
Thank you, Nashville. Thank you, Teen Jesus and the Teen Teasers, for coming from Australia to open up this show. I hope we get a chance to do this again. And until then, what song are we playing? Something to name. We'd like to thank Taylor Swift, our friend Taylor Swift, for having a yard sale. Some kind of way out of here. Slip a joke to the beat. There is too much confusion. Yeah, I can't get no relief. Everybody in the front, good on you for taking care of each other. Same goes for everybody on the sides, in the back, up top, on the sides, in the top, on the back, on the top, everywhere. Thank you. Thank you. Matt Cameron, Stone Gossard, Boom Gasper, Mr. Jeff Amon, Josh Klinghoffer, Mr. Mike McCready. You can call me Eddie or you can call me Al. Thank you, everybody. We'll do this again sometime, perhaps. Thank you, good night.